We are Jason and Drea with Rad Adventures Northwest. Welcome to part 2 of our adventure. Next stop, Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming. This was our second time visiting the park. We stopped in briefly in June of last year after Jason's mother passed. Since we were unfamiliar with dispersed camping in the area, we decided to book a campground for our stay. Moose frequented our campground. It was quite a nice surprise. After camp was set up, it was time to explore, and we wanted to see it all. We celebrated my 42nd birthday in the Tetons. The experience was far better than any gift. Hi friends, I'm out here in the Grand Teton National Park. I was able to get the car and get a little alone time so I can go and take some gorgeous photographs without having to drag poor Jason along. Just such a lovely morning. Well, if you're going to the Tetons, you might as well make the trek into Yellowstone National Park. The beauty of Yellowstone is difficult to depict in photo or video. It's something you just have to go and see for yourself. We were only able to explore a small fraction of the park, since many of the roads were still closed.
Here in Jackson, Wyoming at the Grand Teton National Park, and we're hoping there was going to be good weather here. At first they said it was, and then last night a storm rolled in and windy, and woke up this morning with the National Weather Service and gusts up to 50 miles an hour today, and it's just rainy, just nasty. We're at the what is the park here called, Rhea?
Gros Ventre
camp spot, and it was packed last night, and now everybody got up and left because of the winds
and the rain.
And the wind. Can't see anything, can't even see the Tetons in the background, so we're just gonna hunker down and sit by our propane fire pit, which is a freaking godsend to have, and our awning room, which is more of a bug net, but it's a really heavy netting, and it kind of keeps the wind out and kind of keeps it warm inside here. I'm very surprised. Good job, CVT, on that one. But yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna just hunker down and just wait out the storm. Hopefully it will go away this afternoon, and we could maybe drive around and do something, or maybe just go into town and walk around. I think that might be a good thing to do today, since we can't even see anything. And I think all the moose and the bears and all the critters are probably in the trees, kind of hunkering down themselves. Other than that, still a good life. Doing our thing.
I'm still having a great time.
Yeah.
Well, we decided that the weather was just a little unbearable for us, a little too cold, and we needed to move on to a warmer climate. But first, we had to hit the laundromat. We don't recommend stopping at the big fancy one in Jackson. Head out of town a couple miles and stop at that one. You will save a ton of money. We decided that Moab, Utah would be the next stop on our adventure. Well, you can't call it an adventure without at least one surprise along the way. For us, it was an overnight in Green River, Utah. Get the full story in our Trouble in the Desert video. The warm sun and red rocks welcomed us in Moab. But after only a couple of hours, we realized that the 90-degree temperatures were just a little too intense for us. We decided to head out first thing in the morning. This concludes part 2 of our wild adventure. Please join us next time for part 3, Exploring Colorado. Until then, make life rad.